Imagine a time when dinosaurs were just becoming known to science, their bones waiting in ancient rock layers for millions of years. And then along come two men, Edward Drinker Cope and Othniel Charles Marsh. Not just paleontologists, but rivals, fierce rivals. This is the story of the Bone Wars, the 19th century battle that went far beyond science. It became dirty, spiteful competition that brought fame, betrayal and destruction, all in the name of prehistoric bones. The Bone Wars, also known as the Great Dinosaur Rush, took place in the late 1800s. The setting was the American West, fossil-rich lands lay out in the open, attracting scientists like Cope and Marsh, who both dreamed of claiming groundbreaking discoveries. But what began as a scientific quest quickly escalated into vicious rivalry, as both men became fixated not only on discovery, but on outdoing and sabotaging each other. Edward Drinker Cope, a brilliant but impulsive scientist, and Othniel Charles Marsh, known for his calculating mind and relentless drive, began as colleagues. They first met in Berlin and worked together on fossil excavations. But their personalities clashed. Soon their partnership soured, leading to a bitter rivalry that spanned over 20 years. Trouble started when Cope published a paper on a new marine reptile called Elasmosaurus. But Marsh pointed out a massive mistake. Cope had reconstructed the fossil with the head on the wrong end. Humiliated, Cope tried to buy back all copies of the paper, but it was too late. This event fanned the flames of an already tense relationship. From then on, it was a race. Both men hired teams and scoured the West, uncovering fossils by the hundreds. But it wasn't just about discovery, it was about beating each other. Cope and Marsh would bribe, steal and even destroy fossils to prevent the other from claiming them. Imagine dynamiting a fossil site just so your rival can't get to it. This is exactly what happened at Como Bluff, Wyoming. Marsh's team, in their zeal to prevent Cope from getting his hands on the site's Jurassic dinosaur remains, reportedly used dynamite to blow up portions of the rock layers after collecting what they could. Rather than leaving anything behind, they reduced the fossils to rubble, so Cope would have no chance to excavate and study them himself. It was the ultimate form of scientific sabotage. By the time their rivalry hit full swing, the underhanded tactics became legendary. Marsh famously paid fossil hunters to keep sites secret from Cope. Cope retaliated by sending spies into Marsh's digs, keeping tabs on his friends. They'd smear each other in the press, with Cope accusing Marsh of buying bones, while Marsh called Cope's science careless and unreliable. This was the same guy who was blowing up bones with dynamite. The rivalry was heated, personal and ultimately destructive. Still, despite all the animosity, the Bone Wars led to an explosion of discoveries. Between the two men, over 136 new dinosaur species were uncovered, including some of the most famous names we know today: Triceratops, Diplodocus, Stegosaurus and Allosaurus. This rivalry was driving force behind what we now consider the golden age of paleontology. But the price was high. By the end of their lives, both men had destroyed each other's reputations. Cope died nearly bankrupt, with his massive fossil collection sold off to pay his debts. Marsh, while more financially stable, faced mounting criticism and ended his life embittered and isolated.